For sure. Appreciate that. Let's run it.
So dump in them bottles, cause we stay lit. Go wild for the night, elevate your baby, you can reach a height that you never imagined. Come in, baby, and sit on my face, so love the taste. There's no need to hate, cause you got the time in the world for you and
I love that right there, boy. You hit that top note right there.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah, thank you. We're gonna talk to you after this.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business, y'all. I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business.
Boy, I do hella bread. I don't pop no jelly beans. Foreign car you never seen. You go ball some hecka clean, hecka foul. Player, that's a technical foul. Blow the whistle. When I dance, you show the pistol. So my outfit so official. Higher than the solar system. Extra special like an extraterrestrial. Come on, don't stop the party. I just pop the molly. Sipping on Prometheus.
In modern demonology, the Testament of Solomon remains a foundational text. It is studied not only for its historical significance, but also for its contributions to understanding ancient perceptions of evil and the supernatural. The nobody theory began gaining traction on 4chan around 2018, particularly on the X board, which is dedicated to paranormal discussions. Unlike many theories that focus on specific events or figures, the nobody theory is centered around a mysterious, nameless individual referred to as the nobody. According to the theory, nobody is an enlightened being who possesses deep, almost godlike wisdom and is aware of the true nature of reality. He is believed to be working behind the scenes to bring about significant changes in the world, although his exact motivations and methods are deliberately obscured. The identity of nobody is never revealed, adding to the allure and mystery of the theory. Proponents suggest that nobody could be absolutely anyone, and theories suggest this figure is much more likely to be the individual you would least expect. This figure is seen as both a savior and a disruptor, someone who will challenge the existing power structures, but also possess a moral compass that is beyond human understanding. One of the key reasons for the appeal of the nobody theory lies in its open-ended nature. Unlike more rigid theories, which tend to provide a clear narrative with identifiable villains and heroes, the nobody theory is vague and flexible. The anonymity and ambiguity of the nobody potentially resonates with the anonymous culture of the site and the board, where anonymity is a core principle. The structure of the theory relies heavily on cryptic posts and discussions, often laden with references to philosophy, esotericism, and occultism. The theory's roots also mean that it is often presented with a mix of irony and sincerity, making it difficult to discern whether proponents truly believe in the theory or are engaging in a form of modern myth-making. The nobody theory remains largely unknown outside the X board at present.
What's up, y'all? Okay. Now, the origins of this shit is 8chan, right? This is you know, some Chinese. See, this is why all these nerd motherfuckers in the anime. 8chan was like some Chinese, you know, chat room, because, you know, the internet kind of suppressed over there. So it's kind of like a fight the power kind of, you know, and so it was 8chan, but it was Chinese type shit, right? So I think they finally shut 8chan down, so one of the troglodytes put up 4chan, right? Or it's one way or the other, but yeah, I think it's 4chan, because so 4chan came, whatever. So they put up 4chan, right? They took 8chan down and put up 4chan. So it was kind of not along the lines of like an oppressed internet, so we secretly meeting in the, because you would rather stay anonymous if the government is suppressing the internet, right? You don't want to be saying some wild shit and they could be like, this you, right? In China, this you on the internet saying China, you know what I mean? So you rather be anonymous. So they took the swag, and see, this is coming from the movie The Antisocial Network. The Antisocial Network, y'all go watch that. It's gonna break all this down, right? So they took the swag and made 4chan anonymous, right? Where you can, but it was like for geeks and nerds and dweebs, right? It wasn't for the cool kids. It was for the kids in the house. You know how now I'm outside, we outside. It was for the kids on the computer, not playing soccer, on the computer, not on a date with some girl, you know what I mean? All throughout school and shit. So, and these are troglodytes. It ain't no Negroids or nothing in there. This is all and troglodyte adjacent. So all your Asian, Indian, African kids that live in these suburban neighborhoods, and hey Connor, hey Jacob, like they sound like them, but they look like a Hindu. You know what I mean? So they on 4chan. So they end up having these meetings and conventions, people meeting up, you know what I mean? So now you no longer kind of anonymous. But in doing that, right, when they all got together from 4chan, they all threw up the the white power symbol, right? Now these is geeks and nerds and dweebs. But when they was already on some racist shit on 4chan. Maybe let's start there, okay? 4chan wasn't multicultural like that. It was mayonnaise, right? And because they was anonymous, they would say the most outrageous racist shit to kind of shock the fellow apes, you know what I mean? To kind of who can one-up somebody with the most offensive shit, you know what I mean, amongst the monkeys. So when basically they start doing like pranks in real life, they was playing some little hotel game, making the avatar black guy with an afro, and they was like crashing hotels, because it's hackers in the group now. Okay, it's hackers in the group. In the 4chan chat rooms is what I'm saying. Okay, so now they start doing these pranks in real life and kind of like hacking little shit on some prank shit. Not really like hacking, stealing money or hacking and scamming and shit. They hacking like changing the avatar or changing the menu on a restaurant, like quirky, pranky, Now, when they end up coming off of the internet, Anonymous came out of this cesspool of crackers, right? It didn't come out, it wasn't righteous. It didn't come out on some freedom fight 'em, this is an act of war and anonymous. They didn't come out, they didn't spring from that, right? They came from 4chan. And they called themselves anonymous because 4chan was anonymous. You could post in these chat rooms, and it was like Reddit, in a sense, like you could post in these different chat rooms, and this is where the memes come from, right? Niggas didn't come up with memes, crackers came up with memes. This is where the memes come from. This is the origin of memes, right? Because this 4chan shit came out, this is like AOL, this ain't like fairly recent. Somewhat, somewhat recent. You'll see in the movie, but it's I don't know how old is this shit. You know what I mean? But the 4chan came from these AOL old chat rooms. So this means that the cracker was already talking crazy on AOL in these chat rooms. So as time went on and 8chan and all that shit came about, the geeks and dweebs and nerds came up with 4chan. So you got your Dungeons and Dragons, you got your Pokemon players. These is them. You got your skateboarders, you got your anime. All these little goofies running around on that anime so hard. This is, this is the where it stemmed from. Because they got 4chan from 8chan. A lot of the geeks, nerds, and dweebs is into fantasy, right? So you got the Japanese element coming from 4chan, 8chan, and you already into fantasy, right? Dragons and leprechauns and dwarves and shit, right? So they end up kind of doing some activism shit, right? As far as Anonymous, back to Anonymous, they end up doing some activism shit. But some of the activism shit was, because it's Anonymous as a group, it was racist shit. So they kind of split, right? They wasn't calling themselves Anonymous, but this was Anonymous. They split, and what we know as Anonymous, the hacking freedom fighter, right? What we know as Anonymous, right? Fighting for justice and taking Scientology and shit down. They had to separate themselves from the alt-right, right? The whole alt-right is in 4chan, right? It's a lot going on, but I'm trying to juggle, you know what I mean? I'm trying to keep shuffling so you understand what's going on. The whole alt-right is in the 4chan, right? So they had to separate from the alt-right type. Even the geeky motherfuckers, this is your red pill group as well, right? Because the red pill originated on these like Reddit, 4chan kind of groups about dating and bettering yourself. Now the red pill was kind of organic and wasn't racist. It was just more relationship for motherfuckers that's depressed or can't get a date. Those was just, troglodytes trying to converse and cry on each other's shoulder, right? Okay, whatever. But this is the red pill as well. So this is why these geeky, fresh and fit, nerdy motherfuckers like Andrew Tate and these cornballs can kind of turn themselves into a motherfucker with the juice, right? It's a lot going on here. Stay with me. So, mind you now, like you see in the picture, when the motherfucker that made 4chan, I think he ended up stepping away from it. You gotta go see the movie. But it's going to show when they get together, all they knew was hell Hitler. You see, all they knew was white power. That's what the geeks of the geeks, the motherfuckers you don't even know exist at school. The quietest of the quietest cracker was on 4chan saying the wildest shit they could think of, while also on some white power shit. Cold-blooded Nazi shit. So, hey, Umar, Khalid Muhammad, some of our master teachers been saying racism is an inherent trait. They pass it ain't like some of them is, some of them ain't. Like they parents is instilling it, supporting it, the schools, the police, the firefighters, the stores around, like it's practice. So as a child coming into your white societal neighborhood, you more inclined to do what, the teacher and the parents and the, fucking, you name it, the cashier at Walmart, like everybody's racist. So as a toddler, it's like, oh, okay, this is, make more sense to acclimate yourself to your, you know, surroundings, environment. But anyways, they was wearing them anonymous masks talking this shit at these 4chan meetings, right? Now, I will say they split from, so this is the narrative, they split from the bullshit and, you know, supposed to have been like a freedom fighting group, you know, now, but when you step back and ask yourself, what the fuck, Anonymous ain't taking down America. You playing with Scientology and you know what I mean? You playing with these companies. You know what I mean? But it's like, I think they had some shit to say about Iraq or you know, somebody overseas, but it's like, y'all ain't, you could take this bitch down. You could grab this bitch by the balls. But you rather just flex here and there on some social activist shit. You know what I mean? So the main thing they most known for is the Scientology shit. Like, we give them that, but fuck Scientology. It should have been police corruption. It should have been economic mismanagement. Like, you should have been going for the Department of Defense. Like, you throwing darts deliberately not hitting the bullseye, Anonymous. You throwing darts, but you intentionally not hitting the bullseye. You going for these outer rings of, that's like, okay. What the fuck has Anonymous changed or done or fixed or like, what are we doing here? If you got the power to bring anybody to their knees, come on, man. Like, like, you not going against your own white privilege. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments, man. The alt-right, white supremacist origins of Anonymous. And this is where your QAnon comes from. The motherfuckers they left behind, right? So in the movie, they talk about how on 4chan, this is where that they love that Pepe shit. I'm gonna probably drop some context with this video too, cause it's a lot, you know what I mean? But you got to go watch that Antisocial movie. That's going to really, you know what I mean? Kind of like what they did with that Blink Twice movie, right? That Blink Twice movie is kind of like coinciding with the Diddy shit, you know what I mean? Celebrity take you out on Epstein shit, like take you on an island, you get doped up, you gotta put your phone in the bag, you not getting home, you done been drugged, some shit done happened, niggas is missing, right? I think Lenny Kravitz's daughter wrote that movie, right? So a motherfucker in Hollywood told this story, that Blink Twice movie. But this movie is just a flat out documentary, right? They said too much in this document. They revealed too much. They documented too much in the documentary. But you still got to give commentary on it, read between the lines. And yeah, that Trump basically, the QAnon shit, Trump basically posted a tweet of him with the Pepe the Frog, I guess, skin. Like he was the frog. The frog was Trump. So the tweet had like 3 pluses on it. And then a motherfucker tweeted 3 pluses, and these crackers took it like, oh, he a prophet. He done, or they took it like, oh, he up on Trump. He know Trump. He telling us what's going on. Cause Trump is kind of a part of this shit too. You'll see in the Trump is a part, because remember Trump had that meme. I don't know if y'all remember, but Trump and the collusion shit, part of that situation was they was using meme wars and they was playing internet games with that collusion shit they was saying with Russia. And some of that shit was like hackers and meme warfare. That's a real thing. Propaganda type shit. So This is what the cracker ran with him. It's like, oh, QAnon, right? That's why they got on that conspiracy shit, which I think this shit is to kind of discredit the actual conspiracy theory community, because these QAnon motherfuckers is talking conspiracy. They talking tiny hats and they talking, but see, they backdooring bullshit conspiracies like the replacement theory. These immigrants not jumping the gate and just kicking the door down, replacing you. Y'all bringing them in, right? The troglodyte is bringing them in, but you let the QAnon January 6th motherfuckers tell it. They got a replacement theory that now you motherfuckers supposed to be telling us that you 77% of the population, but you amp up the racism because you spreading the narrative that y'all being replaced by immigrants and niggas. It's a clear psyop, clear ploy, right? I mean, obvious, right? So, and then mind you, the QAnon motherfuckers, January 6th motherfuckers, that was part of the conspiracy. They stole the vote, stormed the Capitol. How the fuck America ain't take these crackers to war when they stormed the motherfucking Capitol? Come on, man. This the DMV. Them motherfuckers would have flew helicopters. All kind of shit would have came out of motherfucking Andrews Air Force Base and shit. I get the fuck out of here. Shit would have flew over here so motherfucking fast. Let the motherfucking Muslims run down Pennsylvania Avenue and storm the motherfucking Capitol. Get the fuck out of here, man. Obvious conspiracy, right? So this whole shit, all this, from Anonymous to 4chan, January 6th, fucking Trump, this is all the same basket of motherfucker. The red pill, right? Now you see why fresh. You see how I connect. When you think about the red pill, Tate and Rolo and all them goofies, they racist, right? So, I don't know, man. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments. This is the racist, alt-right, 4chan, white supremacist origins of Anonymous, right? They don't never tell this part of the story of when they talk about how they formed. We seen the movie where they showed the leader of Anonymous and he was on the run and he lived in Mexico. You see, they ain't lock his ass up. Yeah, if you know about the motherfucking leader of Anonymous, he went on the run, flew over to fucking Ecuador, who knows where, I forget where the fuck he went, but they end up getting him 20 years later and they let him, they just dropped the shit. Anonymous still moving and grooving. Right? The FBI, they might run down and grab 5, 10, 12 of them motherfuckers, but they not looked at with no RICO case. They ain't hit with no motherfucking continuing a criminal enterprise if they came and locked up 3, 4, 5 of y'all. Right? But they run down on these hackers and Bitcoin motherfuckers coming up, cryptocurrency niggas motherfuckers coming up dead, billionaire, like. So don't let that Anonymous, all this shit, 4chan, anybody playing with that Pepe or that other goofy ass white wrinkly drawing they be using, changing, it's all them. Trump with it, it all makes sense after watching that movie. Like and subscribe, man, share the video. I'm out.